Hello guys, I have a huge layout share for y'all. I have been kind of slacking on my process videos, but I'm trying to change that for 2024. So I thought I would at least go through and do a layout share for y'all. So this layout I recently created at a crop, and it's using an old Photoplay collection, some Waffle Flower snowflakes, some Tim Holtz trees. These dies are from Stampin' Up, and I absolutely love this. I do not have a process video for you, but it's a very simple design. I just tore some paper, did a horizontal band, and what I really love about this is how I matted the photo. So I did white, a small blue, a wood grain, and then that small blue again. Kind of looks like a picture frame. Love that. Then I added some stamping. You can see here I used, oh, what is the color? Oh my Lord. Oh, it's that neutral color. It is antique linen to kind of resemble snow, and then added the dies from Waffle Flower, and I inked those with a little bit of the antique linen as well. So that's the first one. I did this one at a crop as well. Printed the pictures at approximately 3x4. Used the Vicki Boutin print shop collection. And this was pattern paper with all those different circles. So I cut out all the circles. I used a die, cut out all the circles, lined them. I kind of went around them with a black pen, kind of outlined them, and made a scallop with those. I made this embellishment with her stamp set and did some more scallops up here. Very, very simple design, not really heavily embellished, but I really like how it looks. And yeah, I did this on this little script paper as the background. I also completed this one at a crop as well. So unfortunately I don't have a process video. So I love this collection. It is Photoplay, and it's one of their newer collections called Travelog. And these are some photos my son took in Moab in Utah. And I love this diagonal stripe. Knew I wanted to use it as a frame. And then, oh my gosh, the colors, like desert type colors, work perfectly with this collection. So this is very photo heavy. I used 3 4x6 photos. I fussy cut this United States map out of one of the 4x6 cards. This is an actual slide, like a real old slide that I got at like a box of them at a thrift store. And there is a picture in there as well, but I thought it would make really good embellishments or like help out in clusters. And I love how that looks. And then I just layered up a few other things from the sticker sheet for the embellishing, tucked something there, one of the ephemera pieces. Excuse me. And this is a rub-on. I've got this here, it says original, and this is just says a passenger's coupon, a rub-on. Just wanted to bring in another element, and these are some old Tim Holtz rub-ons from my stash. These are some arrows from an older Heidi Swapp collection, but the colors worked out really well, and I really love how that turned out. Here's another one. I used my Happy Scrappy box from my little scrapbook store using the spice elements from the Spice collection. And this background paper is a Heidi Swapp like grid pattern. And basically this is a rub-on. I did some leaves, die cut leaves out of the pattern paper and inked them. This is another rub-on here at the top. This Thankful is one of the rub-ons, but I wanted to use it as part of my title. So I rubbed it onto a piece of the pattern paper, inked it, and then used it as part of the title. This is one of the film strips from 49 in Market. And I did just some simple tearing here at the bottom, and I really, I love this one as well. Use one of the rub-ons here that says thankful and grateful. This was a photo, the only photo from Thanksgiving. So again, this was done at a crop, so I did not film it. This one I love. I did, I used a sketch from is it Kay's mom on Instagram, and she had, it was a little bit different, but she had strips here. She had 4 levels of strips. I did not have room, so I did 3. Unfortunately, I don't have a video for this either because I'm a slacker, but I promise I'm going to be getting some more videos up. So I used some older Cocoa Vanilla Studio and just cut them in thin strips, kind of look like branding strips. I did use one of the 49 Market, what are those called? I just said it. Oh my Lord, film strips. And then I added some stenciling too, just to add a little something extra because I'm really struggling doing my layouts on just white pattern paper. So I'm finding I'm adding a lot of stenciling coming out from underneath elements, and I love that. This is a chipboard. This was a raw chipboard star piece. I covered it in pattern paper. I did add some 49 Market rub-ons under each of these clusters just to add a little more interest. This turned out so cool. This is craft foam. So it's gray craft foam. I cut it out in stars with my dies, and then I ran it through an embossing folder, and it added that texture, and I love that. So I added just some stars in each cluster. Super simple layout. Just, this is a birthday layout, and here I used a non-birthday collection for a birthday layout, and it's so easy because, I mean, with birthdays, add stars, add something party-ish, and you've got a birthday layout. So that's that one. And I actually scrap lifted myself. So this was the first layout I did. I did this, oh, I don't have a video for this one either. But I did make some of these embellishments. So I stamped this. This is a Pink and Main stamp set. It is available at my little scrapbook store, and I colored it in to match this collection. This is a photo play collection called Beach Vibes. It is also available in the shop. I will leave links below. And then I made these shell embellishments. These are older close to my heart. Oh, you can't even see it. An older close to my heart collection or stamp. And then I made this out of some Heidi Swapp stamps and cut it in a circle to make an embellishment. And I love this so much. I used just an older, I think this is a Heidi Swapp from one of her beachy type lines, not this year. Might have been, I don't know, it might have been this year maybe, her last collection. So love how that turned out. This one I did for a live scrap and chat on my little scrapbook store layouts and more page. I will leave the link to this video in the description box below because it is still available, and we focused on stamping. So you can see, you'll be able to see how we made this title. I stamped these shells and this embellishment. We added more stamping on the background. Super fun, and I had so much fun with this one. This one has a process video coming up, so keep a look out for it, but it's using 49 Market Vintage Artistry Sunburst collection. This is an older layout that I did using some Pink and Main camera. Actually, it's a bunch of camera stamps from my stash. So another just stamping layout. Love the big title because I have a brother, I always have a friend. And this is super simple, really no true embellishments. I just made pretty much everything on this page, and I love how it turned out. This is from a newer, what is it? Pink Fresh Studio collection. Well, no, it's got a bunch of, I've used a bunch of older collections now that I think about it. But I followed a sketch on this one. I think there's either a live video on my little scrapbooks and more layouts and more group, or I might have this video on my YouTube. You'll have to look back. But I love, this is my son climbing, mountain climbing in Silverthorne, Colorado. And I love the arrows because it gives you that movement of climbing up. This is hard to see on camera, but it says amazing here, and that's a 49 and Market rub-on. And then climb, those are Heidi Swap stamps from her Stamp Society. And then I added in some rub-ons here, some splatters, film strip. I just love this one too. Here's another one of my son in Colorado. This one is using an older Heidi Swap collection. I do not remember the name of it. The title's from Vicki Boutin. I'm obsessed with 49 and Market film strips. And then I have, these are just rub-ons, just words, and I simply added them for texture. They aren't there for any, they're not meant to be read or anything like that. So yeah. And then I've got 3 clusters, I guess. The one up here, this is a rub-on from 49 and Market. This is a rub-on here from 49 and Market. And I love the colors in this layout. This is done for a live scrap and chat at my little scrapbook store, Layouts and More. I absolutely love this layout. This picture was on Christmas Day, hence the 25 up here. This is a metal die I have that does the ski lift chair. And I made these trees out of a stencil and then waffle flower snowflake dies. So you can find that video on my little scrapbook store, Layouts and More. Look under events and you can probably find it. So sorry guys, my dog decided to whine her little head off. Here's another one. This is using Print Shop by Vicki Boutin. I also brought in some rub-ons from 49 and Market. And I just love this. These are my boys, 2 of them visiting their brother in Colorado. Made this embellishment with a die set that I have. And yeah, I love a ledger background. Absolutely love working on ledger paper. And I don't think there's a process video for this one. All right, this is one where I had lots of pictures, but didn't really they weren't like amazing photos where I wanted to make multiple layouts. It's from a trip to Costa Rica my son took, and so I used the tags from Where to Next and printed the photos at like 3x4, or not 3x4, 2x3s, and then some 2x2s, used some frames. And I really, really love how this turned out. Used a die I have to make my own title here, and I used craft foam in like a teal blue and then cut it out in this black pattern paper and glued them together, and I love that. So this is pretty much all from Where to Next by Vicki Boutin, and of course a film strip because I'm obsessed with those, and I really love this one. Really love it. Here's another, you've seen this picture 3 times because it's going in 3 different books for all 3 of my kids. But this is using Print Shop, and I decided to go with circles. So I essentially just punched out a bunch of different circles out of the scraps I have with this collection. And this ampersand was on a 3x4 card, so I fussy cut it out to use it as part of my title. Again, made an embellishment with that camera stamp. This camera stamp is amazing, y'all. I would definitely get that. It's a cheap stamp set. I want to say it's $6. And I have used this stamp so many times for embellishments. So I will leave that link to that below, or to any of these items I can find below in the in the description. But everything I've pretty much purchased at my little scrapbook store. All right, this one is a basically a stash basher, right? This is a Halloween photo of my son and his friend. They went as boxers, and this Boo and the ghost, and then these items, this one too, is from an old Close to My Heart collection. And then I used a pre-made mixed media background from Vicki Boutin. These are from Color Study, I believe. I fussy cut those out of paper. And then these cameras are from that amazing Chamel specialty sheet from her latest collection. I don't believe there's a video on this one. This is another one using the Happy Scrappy backs from my little scrapbook store. This is the fall collection, but believe it or not, this photo was taken in the winter. But the colors in the photo I felt like worked perfectly with the colors in this collection. This is the Spice collection by 49 Market. This is a background page that has all of this on here. This is a rub-on that I fussy cut out to use as an embellishment. Together is also a rub-on, and just made my own little frames to kind of frame out the photo there, and fussy cut these wonky circles for that circle element. And I followed a sketch on this one, and this was you'll see this on my little scrapbook store layout some more as well. This is a fun one I did for my husband invaded my craft room, and this is a 49 Market paper in the background, and then I used embellishments from, I think, Simple Stories scrapbooking line. Okay. Fun beach layout. This is using a Heidi Swapp collection, and I did kind of like a strip of photos, 2 strips, and these are all handmade embellishments. So the wave is a die, this is a stamp, these are dies that I have. Weekend, this is a puffy sticker, and just a really fun, simple layout, layering up some pattern papers, and then all of the little sprinkly bits. I love this collection. This is Nature Study from 49 Market. Just titled this one Explore. This was taken on Father's Day. My husband just loves taking the dogs for a walk, and he went out by himself on Father's Day into nature to take the dogs for a walk, and I created this layout. This is all stamping here, stamping and rub-ons, and then stamping and rub-ons here. So really fun to kind of take this paper, which is already kind of distressed looking, and add some fun interest with the stamping. So I like how that turned out as well. Oh my goodness, this was a labor of love, stitching. So this whole center is popped up. There's some scallop waves, and then I stitched all of these rays. And this is, that's about it. The main element on here is the stitching. So I didn't over embellish it because I wanted the stitching to kind of be the main focus. And so yeah, there's that one. I do have a process video on my YouTube channel for this one. This was super fun to make, so go check that out. These are all rub-ons here to make this heart. I will say check out the video. I think it's only a couple videos behind this one. These are photos from my son and I at the Jason Aldean concert, and this was just so much fun. So much fun to make. And I used the Print Shop collection, which is honestly one of my all-time favorite collections from Vicki Boutin. This is the Spice collection again. I used from the Happy Scrappy box. I actually used this one for a birthday layout. My mom turned 70, and my brother took this amazing photo with the filter on it, and the colors in the photo just worked out so beautifully with the colors in this collection. So super simple. I used a stencil here, an old Vicki Boutin stencil with some gold lunar paste. And this is just fussy cut from paper. This is a rub-on. This is a stamp, an alphabet stamp, and then this is a stamp as well. I'm so grateful that this actually turned out on here, because you know how it goes when you stamp directly on a layout. It's kind of scary. Here's another birthday layout. And my brother put these fun filters on these photos of my mom and he and his wife on her birthday. And I used a older collection from Amy Tan on this one. And I really, really love it. I also brought in some of the camera from the Chamel paper and just kind of stash bashing again on this one. Okay. This is another one using that Nature Study collection. I did this for a live scrap and chat on Layouts and More again. And this is all stamped. So I made this, all of this is stamped and colored with some Vicki Boutin stamps. And yeah, I just layered up some ephemera from the Nature Study collection. And I really, really love how it turned out. All right, here's another one using Print Shop, and these are more photos from my mom's birthday. I actually went to go visit her in Illinois, and so have extra photos with her for her birthday. And I just realized there's something on that photo I need to get off. I'll get to that later, but just some fun snapshots. So I labeled it birthday snapshots. This is fussy cut from paper. Most of this is fussy cut or ephemera, and I followed a sketch. The sketch had the banners going this way, and I turned it to go that way. So here's another one. This was for a challenge, I believe, for a My Little Scrapbook Store crop, online crop, and it was to do a grid design. And so I stitched the grid here with some black embroidery floss and used some circles, fussy cut, and just kind of made a scene across here, spanning across here, with the title in the middle. It's honestly not my favorite layout, but you know, we don't have to love them all. I don't hate it, but this was a fun one. This was from Halloween. I dressed up as a gumball machine for work, and I did some mixed media stenciling down here, used Sweet Rush collection. It was perfect because it has references to gumball machines in there, so definitely use that. Okay. This is using an older Paige Evans fall collection. This was on my birthday, and it says beautiful day to celebrate. And just did this circular design. I think I have a live scrap and chat on this one too, on My Little Scrapbook Store. Layouts and More. Layered up some tags, just made clusters with leaves, and I really like how that turned out. Now, funny story is I didn't have one picture of just me on my birthday, so I cropped out my husband to get this picture, and then I wanted to scrapbook the picture with both of us as well. So I used a Catherine Pooler stamp called Painted Leaves, and I used a bunch of Catherine Pooler inks in that same collection from Paige Evans, and I absolutely love this page. If you haven't figured me out yet, I love stamping. So I stamped the leaves, I stamped the polka dots for texture, the script stamp for texture, and this just makes me happy, stamping does. All right, this one I did for a live scrap and chat on My Little Scrapbook Store as well. I used one of the Vicki Boutin Christmas collections. I believe this is the new, the stars come from the new one, and it's a pattern paper with like a star wreath. Well, I fussy cut that wreath out, and then I also fussy cut out the candy canes from pattern paper and made my own wreath, and I really, really love this. This is from Christmas picture from 2022, actually. This one is from Evergreen and Holly from Vicki Boutin, and I did this for a live scrap and chat. It was a design team chat, and this, we had to put down our sweet girl dog this year, well, in 2023, and this is her little grave site, and my husband had decorated it with some Christmas things, and so I just wanted to document that. It was our first Christmas without her, so I used, this is a background paper, and then I backed a white paper with this diagonal stripe, and I got to use a lot of outdoorsy elements, which I liked. Oh my goodness, this is just stuff from my stash. Super old pictures of me. You can tell by the size and quality of the pictures when I was in Brownies. And just used a lot of old stuff. I think a lot of this is Amy Tan and Paige Evans. And yeah, that's that one. Here's another old one. I used a, oh, what is this? I can't remember the name of this company. If I think of it, I'll let you know. But just remember those old photo booths. This is a strip with my mom and brother and I in one of those photo booths. And this hexagon paper is, you know, pattern paper. And then I cut out smaller hexagons, inked them up, and layered them on the corresponding paper. And I really, really like this one too. Here's another old one. This is me and my brother, me in my softball uniform, my brother in his baseball uniform. And I believe this is Color Study by Vicki Boutin. And I just layered up some strips here. These pictures are from 1984. Did a little cluster here, and I really love this one. Some black splatters, super fun. The collection worked out great because I have a purple uniform. He's got a bright yellow and green, so I was able to go nice and bright with those papers. This is Christmas from 1975. And I used Vicki Boutin collection. This is a stencil. This is a stencil. And then just kind of fit a bunch of pictures on there with these. These are envelopes here. Kind of have the pictures coming out of them. So that was fun. Another one. This would have been probably from 1974 Christmas. And this was using a Simple Storage vintage North Pole, and really fun, really fun. Here's another old one using 49 and Market, and other things from my stash, but I kind of tried to keep everything in their little color story. And this is a photo of my grandma and my brother and I from 1983. Here's another one. This is 1984, celebrating my 12th birthday. And this is just using random papers from my stash and items from my stash. I did make this title, again, using craft foam, a die, and pattern paper. And I love how that turned out. So that, my friends, is this major layout share. Now I have to get all of these layouts put into their respective books, because although I do not scrapbook chronologically, I do put them in albums chronologically. The way I store my layouts, each of my boys have their own books. I have a book for mine and my husband's like childhood pictures, and then I have like a family album where we put vacations or just random photos of like my husband and I, or random photos like this one of my mom. So like this one will go in my son's book. This one will go in this son's book. So whoever's like the main character in the photo is where it goes. This will go in the family book. This one will go in his book probably. This will go in our family book, So that's kind of how I do my layouts, or how I decide what books they're going to go in, is who's kind of the main feature of the story. That's why I did three layouts with these same pictures, because they're going into each of my kids' books. So I hope you enjoyed this layout share. Check out the links below. We do have a crop coming up in a few weeks on my little scrapbook store page, on the online crops page on Facebook. I'll leave that link below. There's going to be lots of challenges, prizes, lives, lots of fun stuff and inspiration, and you will love it. Oh, wait, one more layout. Hope you can see this. I am not a double page girl, but this one I did make a double page. I don't have much room. Well, let me move this stack over. See if I can show you better. So this are some surfing photos of my son. And yeah, I used, this is a stencil. And then the rest of this is from 49 and Market Vintage Artistry Sunburst. So that is my double page layout. And I don't love double pages, but sometimes it's just necessary. I didn't want to cut these photos down, and I needed all these photos on one page, so hence we do need to do double pages sometimes. So all right, guys, have a great day, and I will see you soon.